time for a little mindfulness and yoga with me, Beth Reese. I've been doing some work with Post Oak School, and I'm founder of Yogiños Yoga for Youth. So wherever you're joining from, whether it's Houston, Dripping Springs, Florida, California, welcome. And today we are going to continue the kind of routine or theme we've been doing of tying in literature and books with our mindfulness and mindful movement. You may remember last week we did the book One Love, which is written by Bob Marley's daughter, Sadea Marley. And this week we're going to do another one of my favorite books, maybe not as well known, but I think you're really going to love it. And it's called Love You When by Linda Kranz. Now, I wonder if already you are keying in with your strong sense of sight and you're noticing how this story is illustrated. Now, it's coming really, really close, coming really, really close. Ooh, do you see that? They use rocks. And what I love about that is, man, I can go right out into my yard with my kids. Parents and caregivers, you could do the same with your kiddos. Go out into the yard or practice your social distancing and go for a little walk and find some really cool rocks and then bring them home, and we'll see different ways that they've painted these rocks, that we could even put them around our house as a reminder of how we can drop in to be present in any moment, and how we can also just be playful and practice some fun mindfulness and yoga. So I'm so glad you're here. And I think what we really should do to get started is, because thinking about how rocks come from where? I'm thinking the earth. Yeah? All right. So let's go to our mats, and we're going to do our earth salutation to the song, I Am Amazing. Now, keep in mind, I have my yoga mat out. If you have a yoga mat out, that's great. If you don't have a yoga mat out, guess what? That's great too, because we don't need a yoga mat to do yoga or mindfulness or any of this. We can do it anytime, anywhere. So I'm going to be I'm my own camera person, dolly person today. And I'm going to come back to my mat, and we'll start out with our earth salutation. Now, remember, for those of you who've been here before, and if you haven't, how we end our earth salutation is really drop into our sense of sound. Get really present to sound. And what I'll do is I'll ring my bell 3 times. This is what it sounds like. Kind of cool, right? I'll ring it 3 times, and then we will come up out of our child's pose. Now, it also just occurred to me that some of you maybe haven't been here yet. So let me tell you what our earth salutation is. It consists of 3 poses in a sequence. Oh, did you notice I have marker on my finger? Yeah, I've been drawing. You're going to get to see later what I've been drawing. All right, so our earth salutation has 3 poses. They're in a sequence, kind of like how a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so in our earth salutation sequence, we start out in a pose called Child's Pose. And this is a super yummy pose to do anytime, anywhere, because it's like a big body hug and really helps us calm down. The second pose is Cat Pose. In Cat Pose, we're going to stretch our back up like a rainbow or like a scary Halloween cat. And moving our spine in all different directions is really important to do every day. So you might hear some instructions on how to move your spine around. The third and final pose of our earth salutation sequence is perro abajo, or downward facing dog. Woo! How's that? Does that make you dizzy? Sorry. Okay, I'm just excited to be here with you guys. Okay, so in honor of the rocks illustrating our cool story, we're going to do earth salutation, which is 3 poses. We're going to do it to music. And at the end, you'll stay in child's pose and listen for the bell to ring 3 times. You ready? Let's go. And I'm going to put the poses here on my mat. So in case you forget, they'll be here, but I'll be doing it with you because I love to move my body. All right, I'm using my phone to play music. I'm not texting anyone. and let's go. So make your way to your child's pose, coming to all fours, toes together, hips back on the heels. Bring your forehead all the way to the earth. If your forehead doesn't make it, you can stack your hands like oranges. All right, let's come up for cat. Stretch up. Scary Halloween cat or rainbow. Stretch your nose to your toes. And relax. Let's do that cat again. Stretch your back up. Stretch your nose to your toes. Relax. Curl your toes under. Take your hips up and back for downward dog. Leave a little bend in your elbow. And then let's bend each knee. Let's walk our dog. Sometimes you see my dogs in the video. I think they're sleeping today. I am amazing. It is amazing to take care of ourselves. Let's come back to child's pose. All right, we'll do the sequence one more time. Let's come up to cat.
The eternal word is on what was, what is, and what will be.
And relax.
What beyond is in eternity.
All right, you can do that again, or you can take your cat tail and swish it side to side. Really good for our spine. All right, it's time for downward dog. Sing along. I am amazing. Take one leg up, wiggle those toes in the sun. Hello, sun. Bring that leg down. Take your other leg up. Say hello to the sun in Spanish. Hola, sol. Bring that leg down. If you want, we can even hop 5 times. So fun, let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your knees down, return to child's pose, and then listen for the bell to ring 3 times. Slowly come up to sitting. You guys did such a great job. And you know what, since we're done with our earth salutation, I'm gonna restore this work and put it aside off my mat. Okay, friends, so sitting in butterfly with our feet together and our knees wide. What I'd like to do next is read to you the book and show you all the pictures, and I'll read you most of the book. And then we'll circle back and do the poses and the breaths. All right, so that way you'll get a little sense of the images and the story, and then we'll put the movement to it. As I get ready to do that, quick note to parents: reading a book and tying in movement, any kind of movement, is often a great way for maybe some of our readers who are a little more wanting to move and wiggle around. And so tying in movement can really be a door opener to have them feel like reading, which is often a sedentary activity, that it also can be made playful and active. So anytime you want to turn reading into more of an active activity, it really can help support our learners who have a strong bodily kinesthetic intelligence, as well as movement also helps turn the brain on. So it's really a win-win. Okay, so this is Love You When by Linda Kranz. So it's really a story, the parent reading it to you, the child, or caregiver, and it's really just letting you know that no matter what we're up to, whether we're at work, at our office, or we're working right next to you, sometimes we have to focus on things too. And no matter what, there are all kinds of ways when I love you, even when I'm working, or even when I'm, let's find out. So the child says to the parent, "Do you think of me during the day, you ask?" "Yes," I say, as I close my eyes for a moment and smile. In a voice as soft as a whisper, you say, tell me when. I love you and think of you all day, every day, and always, I say. I love you when. And then here you can see this lovely, I just think it's a great picture. And here you can see they've collected different rocks, they've sorted them, they've made a circular design called a mandala, and including those two hearts in the middle that they painted. So kids and parents, you guys can get together, and kids, with your parent and caregiver permission, you could paint some rocks too. I love you when the first rays of sun light up the early morning sky. And again, I just love using colors and ink to draw and create on the rocks. Love you when the sweet scent of flowers drifts through an open window in the spring. Yeah, if you're in Houston or kind of this part of Texas, you know that this morning it was cool outside and just a lot of beautiful scents in the air. We're gonna skip that one. Love you when cheerful little birds arrive to sing us their own distinctive songs. Yeah, and there they've decided to paint some birds on the rocks. In the morning, I love to go outside and listen to the birds. And so I could see painting some rocks with birds on it and putting it around my house to remind myself to stop and do like a sound meditation, kind of like we did listening for the bells. All right. I love you when we notice fluffy white clouds in the deep blue sky, and we search for familiar shapes as they float by. Yeah. How many of you like to go outside or look out your window and just look at the big white clouds and just really notice what seems like they're different textures, or if they look solid or transparent, like you can see blue through them? Let me see, raise your hand. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my most favorite things to do. And I love to look and see if I can make out shapes. So that can be another great way to practice mindfulness, is to go with a family member and just really focus in the moment on the clouds and see what you see. All right. I love you when shooting stars appear bright and steady, and we watch them sparkle as they fall to decorate the night. Oh, they've even used several rocks to make like a whole landscape, a whole universe here. I love that. So creative. I love you when colorful leaves tumble in the crisp fall air and land softly on the ground. I've seen a lot of colors change with spring being here in Houston. All right, and then part of how the book starts to end. I love you when I turn the page on the calendar and I wonder what remarkable discoveries we share in the months to come. And here it's like they've picked, I imagine they've picked some of their favorite holidays and times of year, and they're just noting them. So like no right or wrong answer, just thinking about what's most meaningful for this family. All right, so I hope you like that story, Love You When, told as kind of a typical story. And now let's see what happens when we tie in some movements and some games to the story. I made a cool game for you guys today, so I hope you like it. All right, so remember that I love you when the first rays of sun light up the morning sky. Do you guys know what that means? It means it's time for sun salutation. I know, I'm so excited. So we'll first do our sitting sun salutation, Toko al Sol. For those of you who've done it before, you know that it happens, there are 4 verses. It's in English, Spanish, then English, then Spanish. So let me show you the movements for the sitting sun salutation. We'll do that together. And then we'll do the standing sun salutation. And you always have a choice, right? And so parents know that if your children want to sit and watch this class, like snacking on popcorn or something, that's totally fine. However they want to participate works. And from a neurological standpoint, as we watch something happening, the mirror neurons are at work, so they're also absorbing a lot of information. All right, so for our sitting sun salutation, we're gonna first point to ourselves and say, I am amazing. That was so unconvincing. Like, I can't actually hear you, but I can feel you. So let's try that again. Ready? Are you ready? Okay. I am amazing. Woo! I felt that. Take your hands up. I am amazing. Hands together. Tilt to the side. Namaste. Other side. Namaste. I touch the earth. I am strong. I am fun. Shanti. Shanti. I touch the sun. And then we'll do it in Spanish. We'll move our legs around a little bit. I'll walk you through it. And you know what? If you decide you want to do your own movements, it's totally cool too, right? Just keep moving. Get your body moving. All right, you ready? Let's tap. I know some kids like to stand up during this. That's fine too. Here we go in English. Let's go.
I am amazing, I am amazing. Namaste, namaste. Touch the earth, I am strong, I'm fun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun.
Take your legs out long and shake. You can say shake, it's kind of fun. Crisscross the other way. Here we go in Spanish.
You're so amazing, you're so amazing. Namaste, namaste. Toco la tierra, yo soy fuerte, soy alegre. Shanti, shanti, toco el sol. Shanti, shanti, toco el sol.
Take your legs out long and this time squeeze down your legs. It's like a little self-massage. Here we go in English.
I am amazing, I am amazing. Namaste, namaste. Touch the earth, I am strong, I'm fun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun.
Take your legs out wide and swipe. That's also calming. Swipe your arms. Last time, sing it along.
You're so amazing, you're so amazing. Namaste, namaste. Toco la tierra, yo soy fuerte, soy alegre. Shanti, shanti, toco el sol. Shanti, shanti, toco el sol.
That was great, you guys. Awesome. So that's our sitting sun salutation. All right, so now I'm going to show you the standing sun salutation, which is really close to what we call in yoga Surya Namaskar, which is like a way of saying hello to the sun. All right, so did you see me jump? That scared me so much. I'm not doing that song right now. So I'm going to dolly the camera on back. This is how I zoom out. I know it's like really high tech. All right, sorry about that. All right, so go ahead and come up to standing. And you can, if, like I said earlier, if you have a yoga mat, that's great. If you don't have a yoga mat, that is great too. All righty. Everything's wanting to turn. I don't want it to turn. Okay, so, sorry. Okay, so you'll come to the front of your mat or the front of your space, and we're gonna start out in a pose called mountain pose. So for mountain pose, what we do is we basically stand with our feet on the ground, and we wanna just take 2 steps and really ground our feet into the mat, right? We can have our arms along our sides, but like with intention and strength. Let your shoulders melt down away from your ears, rise up through the crown of your head. You might even want to say like you're a mountain, I am strong, I'm grounded. And you can say that anytime, anywhere, yeah? Okay, so then for our sun salutation, you can come to the front of your mat and recreate that mountain pose. And then we're gonna take our arms all the way up to an upward reach and say, I am amazing. Slight bend in the knees, forward fold, touching the earth, I am amazing. Take one big giant dinosaur step back and say namaste. Put your hands to the ground, hands are spread wide like starfish, with fingers and thumbs moving forward, and say namaste. Step 1 foot back, namaste. Drop your knees to the ground. Bend your elbows towards the back of your feet. Heart touches down and say, I touch the earth. Drop your 10 toenails to the ground. Lift your chest. You can even lift your arms. This is a small cobra. We want to protect our lower back and say, I am strong. This is the biggest movement in our sun salutation. We're going to curl our toes back under, push up to low, high plank, back to downward dog. You get that? Cool. All right, and then we're going to take another big giant dinosaur step forward and say, oh, downward dog, sorry, we say I am fun. So this step forward is Shanti. Other foot forward, coming into a forward fold is Shanti. With your knees bent, we're going to reach all the way up and say, I touch the sun. And then Shanti, Shanti, I touch the sun. All right, are you ready? So we're going to do that again 4 times. Now, if you feel like, you know what, Beth, Yoga Beth, Dr. Beth, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stand up. It's 1:30 or 2:30, whatever your time zone is in the afternoon. I'm tired. You can do the sitting one. And remember, at any time during our class together, you can always do child's pose. All right? All right, so you choose what version works best for you. I'm going to play the music again. The most important things, friends, is guess what? Having fun. So let's go. Clap with me. All right, you ready? Sing along. I don't like to sing alone. Come to the front of your mat, mountain. Here we go in English.
I am amazing, I am amazing. Namaste, namaste.
Down.
Touch the earth, I am strong, I'm fine. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun.
Run to the back of your mat. Run to the front. Come to mountain. Here we go in Spanish.
You're so amazing, you're so amazing. Namaste, namaste. Toda la tierra, Dios te fuerte, solo alegre. Shanti, shanti, todo el sol. Shanti, shanti, todo el sol.
Let's turn around once like the earth does every day, 24 hours. Here we go in English.
I am amazing, I am amazing. Namaste, namaste. Touch the earth, I am strong, I'm fun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun. Shanti, shanti, touch the sun.
Let's just dance around. We've got one more time in Spanish. Here we go.
You're so amazing, you're so amazing. Namaste, namaste. Toda la tierra, yo soy fuerte y soy alegre. Shanti, shanti, todo el sol. Shanti, shanti, todo el sol.
Grace. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, come in close. Put your hands on your chest. Do you feel your heart beating in there? And how about your breath? Do you hear it more? I do. Is it like a little bit rougher and faster? Mine is. What's so cool is doing these exercises. It puts our body under stress, but like good stress. It's really cool. But notice how our body responds to stress. But I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm frustrated or angry, which is totally okay because feelings aren't right or wrong, they just are. But sometimes when I'm upset, I feel my heart beating and I feel my breath getting faster. So let's see if we can do a counting breath and let our heart slow down. So let me see your kind hands. And we're gonna use our fingers to count, right? So we'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Go at your own pace. You don't have to breathe at my pace. Great, let's put our hands back on our chest. See how our heart's feeling now. Check our breath rate. Yeah, and so our body would naturally calm down, but also anytime we notice our heart rate is up or our breathing is quicker and louder, again, it's pretty cool. Our body is doing what it's supposed to do, so it's not wrong. And if we feel like we're not feeling our best, like it's okay. And we can get out our counting breath, or flower power, or belly breath. We've done all kinds of breaths. We can take those out and practice them and help ourselves feel our best. So let's take our counting breath, and what should we do with it? Let's put it in our pocket. If you don't have a pocket, that's okay. You can use your imaginary pocket. I'm gonna tuck some in my shirt. I'm gonna put some in my hair. And then anytime later today, if I feel sad or angry, it happens, and it's okay. And I can just go in and get out a counting breath. Check it out. Breathing in is energizing. Breathing out, especially in a controlled way, is calming. So really cool to do. All right, we're gonna bring the camera on back up. I feel like I should have cool movement sounds, right? Do, 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 do. And we are gonna return to our book. All right, so let's see what happens next. We got some more poses and breathing to do, I have a feeling. All right, so we did our first rays of sun. And then I love you when the sweet scent of flowers drifts through an open window. Yeah, and I can also imagine finding some rocks outside and painting and drawing flowers on them, like in this picture, and then putting them around the house to remind myself that I can do flower power breath anytime, anywhere. So let's do it. Come and sit crisscross yoga sauce on your, in your room or on your mat. And then let me see your kind hand, one kind hand. Let me see your other kind hand. Remember last week we talked about how yoga really is about connecting with kindness to yourself and then giving it out to others. And we can do that anytime, anywhere. So with that kind hand, something that's really good to do is say hi to people. Hello, how are you? So maybe if you're waving at me and I'm gonna blow you a kiss, you gonna catch it? All right, ready? Oh, I caught that one. Oh, there's another one. All right, maybe we can even think of someone we haven't seen lately, like a friend or a family member. Let's blow them a kiss. Get them in your mind. And ready? Oh, there's another one. All right. And then maybe if we have a parent or caregiver working nearby, we can wave to them and say, hey, I love you. You're amazing. And maybe wave over here, maybe at a pet or a sibling. You're amazing. And then let's take that big arm up, strong arm up, and wave at the sun. Say, hello, sun. Maybe notice this nice stretch up your side body. And let's rainbow it down and out and stretch, stretch, stretch away from you and tap the ground. Good job. Hello, earth. Oh, you gotta be kind to this earth, right? And let's pick an imaginary flower, take it up to your nose and breathe in and out. Ah, that's the best. All right, other hand. Wave at me, I'm waving at you. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. All right, time to blow you a kiss. Oh, there's one. Well, wait, right over there. Got it. Oh my goodness. All right, and then let's wave. Maybe if there's a family member, friend nearby. Maybe they have to work right now while we're getting to do yoga. But guess what? We can share stuff with them later. And then wave over here. Hi. You're amazing. Thank you. Thanks for all you do for me. All right, let's arch that arm up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Notice the stretch in your side body. It's part of how we stay strong. And this time we're gonna say hello to the sun in Spanish. Hola, sol. And then let's rainbow it down. Stretch, 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 stretch. Ooh, my hand's off the mat. That's okay, because we can do yoga off the mat. And I'm gonna give that earth a gentle pat. Hola, tierra. Pick that flower, breathe it in. Let's take both hands up. Both hands up. And do you remember what do flowers and beings and all creatures need? We need the rain to grow. Let's make it rain for a minute. Rain it over here. And let's rain it over here. And then let's rain it down on our head. Tap, tap, tap. And rain, and let's tap under our eyes and tap under our nose and tap down your chest and down your arms and down your belly and down your legs and tickle your feet. Okay. Woo. Seriously, tapping can be really, really helpful. All right, so now let's pick up a really big flower. All that rain made the flowers grow so big. Like maybe a sunflower. And what I love about sunflowers is they're always leaning and facing the sun, facing what's bright and positive. It's pretty cool. I try to do that too. Let's take a big breath in, and then you know what? Let's blow it out, and let's imagine that with our breath, we are sharing flower power like around the world. You ready? Let's do it. Whew, that is good work. This time, let's maybe think of someone or some ones we want to share flower power with. So I'm going to send flower power to my mom in Sugar Land and my dad in Boca Raton. All right. Who are you going to share your flower power with? Yeah? That far? That's like super far. That's so cool. All right. Pick up your really big flower. Ready? So we're gonna breathe in deeply and then blow it out and share your flower power. And you can like call them later. I can call my parents later and like teach them flower power. Ready? That is so good. Such good stuff. All right, you know what we have to do next? Let's pick some flowers over. Oh, wait, let's try something a little tricky here. I have a game with me. I have a dice with numbers on it. Let's see how many flowers we're gonna pick and put in our pocket. You gonna help me roll it? Ready? 1, 2, 3. It landed on 3. So let's pick 3 flowers. 1, 2, reach back here. 3, and then let's put them in our pockets. And I'm gonna tuck them up in my pants. I'm gonna tuck them in my shirt and my hair. So again, anytime today I don't feel my best, I can just go into my pocket and do a flower power. Okay. I have a secret for you guys. Do you want to hear it? Yeah? Okay, come in close. Come here. Come in really close. Okay. Now, I might have told some of you this secret before, but it's so good. It's worth telling again. Okay, so here's what you can do. Later today, when you're hanging out, having fun with your parents and your caregivers, teach them flower power breath. Like take a flower out of your pocket and say, hey, I want to share this with you. And you can even pick the flowers and put them in your pocket and just do the whole thing. Do the whole thing. And then you could say, you know what, whenever we feel like sad or frustrated or angry, it's totally okay. It's just what happens sometimes. And we can give each other a flower to remind ourselves it's okay how we're feeling. And as a way to say, I'm sorry you're not feeling your best and I'm here to help. So here, let's practice that. Get a flower out. Can you practice giving? Okay, I'm gonna give you, oh, thank you, all right. Yeah, but part of the trick, you guys, is you have to teach it when everyone's happy. Don't teach flower power when people are upset. It doesn't work, trust me. Okay. Back to what's next. All right. I love you when cheerful little birds arrive to sing us their own distinctive songs. Oh my goodness, there are 3 birds there. So we're gonna do 3 bird poses. And we're gonna need to stand up for that. So do, 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 do. coming back. A little technical difficulty here. Sorry about that. All right. All right. My dolly is not working very well today. Okay, so we're gonna do a bird pose. So what we're gonna do, it's so funny how it's doing that. All right, so go ahead and come up to standing. And let's take our bird wings out. And let's move our bird wings just a little bit. Just a little bit. Good. And then do birds stay still when they're flying? No, they start to move around. All right, so let's fly down our mat, maybe with really big movements. And then we can fly across the mat with maybe smaller movements. And then maybe we want to fly to get a snack later today. Because here's the cool thing about big movements like this. They help wake up our brain so we can feel our best anytime, anywhere. So maybe tomorrow morning you'll wake up if you feel sleepy. Not a problem. Just fly to breakfast. All right. Let's land back on our little branch here. That was one bird pose. That was flying bird pose. Now we're going to do another. So let's lift one bird leg up. And if this is going well, see if you can twist. If you feel like you need to hold on to furniture, like a chair near you, totally okay. And then let's come back to like our mountain bird pose. That was 2 bird poses. Now we need to do a third. So let's lift up the other leg. And if this is going well, we can twist. But wait, remember, if you use your superhero focus power, right? Like you will be able to balance so much better in bird pose because we are always more successful when we focus, whether it's bird pose or doing our schoolwork or participating in a Zoom class or Zoom meeting. So then again, I can twist. And the foot on the floor is moving. And it's totally okay that it's moving and wobbling a little bit. Like I'm not a marble sculpture, I'm a human, I'm always moving. That's what I'm supposed to do. And then come back to center, bring everything down and shake it out. You guys did a great job at those 3 bird poses. Good work. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, I know what's next. It's like my favorite. And if you've been in class with me this week, you've gotten to do some of these already. All right. So this is the page of clouds because we can look at cool clouds anywhere. So we're going to do all of these different poses and then I have a game. Cool? Okay. All right. So come back to your space. And how about if we start with alligator pose? Like A is for alligator. And actually bird is one of the poses. So I'm going to say we just did bird pose. All right. So for alligator, let's come up on our knees. So maybe like this. And then let's take our hands out in front of us. But we're going to do a big alligator. So we're going to reach out, reach up, gently look up and jump. Let's do that one more time. Jump. Let's take our arms out wide. Let's give ourselves a big Shanti hug this time. Let's do it one more time and cross the other way. Cool. And one of the things that happens when we open our arms really, really wide is it helps stretch our chest muscles. And that's really helpful, especially when we're on our phones and devices so much. We get what I call text asana, and it can make our chest and shoulder muscles, it can make them not feel great. So doing things to open up our chest is a really great activity for everyone. All right, we also have a dolphin. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. So there's a dolphin and a down dog. So we're actually gonna do down dog Now we're gonna do dolphin, down dog, and then polar bear, kind of all in one sequence. Are you ready? Okay, so let me first show you dolphin. And why don't you first watch me and then we'll do it together, okay? So for dolphin, I'm gonna start on my hands and knees like in cat. And then this part of my arm is called a forearm. So all the way from my wrist to my elbow, I'm gonna bend my elbow and plant my forearm on the mat. I'm gonna do that on each side. So it's like I've super glued them down. I'm looking to the ground between my hands. I'm gonna curl my toes under, and then I'm gonna push my hands and forearms into the ground, lift my hips up. My head is in the air and I'm looking back at my feet. And this is dolphin pose. Bring your knees down, and that's how you come out of it. So let's try that together, okay? So come onto all fours, lower your elbows down, glue them there. And maybe this is your version of dolphin pose today. That's totally fine. But if you want to take it further, curl your toes under, straighten your legs, and leave the head in the air. Wave it in the air like you just don't care. All right, great job. Let's put our knees down, come back up to our hands. So that was dolphin pose. Now we're gonna do down dog. You may remember down dog from earlier because we start here, and from here we just lift our hips up and back, stretch through the back of our legs, little bend in our elbows. And remember, we can walk our dog, bending one knee and then the other. Okay, from here, we're gonna do polar bear pose. So see if you can lift one hand up and wave at me, waving at you. Put that hand down. Can you lift your other hand up? Woo, hello over there. And then I feel like my polar bear wants to walk. So polar bear is basically a walking down dog. So we can walk to the front of our mat. I guess I feel like polar bears have a deep voice. We can walk to the back of our mat. Walking, walking. And this is a great way to strengthen our upper body and legs. The pressure in our joints and muscles is calming. And it's nice to have our head below our heart at sometimes. Kind of gives our heart a break. So walking polar bear. You could also maybe walk to get a snack in walking polar bear. All right, I'm gonna put my knees down. I could return to child's pose. Maybe take a breath here. And then press my hands in the ground to slowly come up to sitting. Awesome. All right, I think we have a few more from this page. Oh, yes, we have two more. We have elephant and snail. So we're gonna do elephant first. All right, now you all remember from a story we did a few weeks ago that elephants are graceful enough that they can reach down and pick up a blade of grass. They're also strong enough that they could reach down and pick up a whole tree. Like, how cool is that? So we're gonna do a pose to help show how elephants, like us, can be so graceful and discerning, and so strong and powerful, all with a sense of compassion and kindness. Let's do it. So come onto all fours, and let's put one foot forward between our hands. So I have a foot forward between my hands. From here, see if you can take your hands up to your knee. Okay? If that's working well, see if you take your hands out front, and this is gonna be your elephant trunk. And from here, we're gonna reach down and we're gonna grab that blade of grass and then bring it up overhead and maybe trumpet like an elephant. I know you guys didn't know I was so talented at making elephant sounds. All right, let's bring our elephant trunk back down. Let's put this knee down and bring your other foot forward. I'm leaving this back knee down. So from here, see if you feel like you can put your hands up on that knee. Now you might notice that one side felt easier than the other. Totally normal, totally fine. And then from here, we are going to see about picking up a tree. What that's going to involve is reaching down to pick up the tree, and then we're going to stand up and come into tree pose. And if you don't remember what that is or you haven't done it before, no worries. I'll walk you through it. So I'm going to stand this way so you can kind of see me. All right, so let's make our elephant trunk. Reach down and out. Pick up that tree and ready, and curl your back toe under, and we're going to bring it up and come into tree pose. Awesome. And shake it out. And then because we want to stay balanced, we're going to do our tree pose on the other side. So I just brought this leg up. So now I'm going to bring this leg up. So let's reach, grab that tree, bring it all the way up for tree pose. Oh, we forgot to do our elephant trumpeting sound. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, how fun was that? Good job, you guys. All right, so we've done all of the poses on that cloud page. Now, I've been doing this class with students from the Post Oak School, Premier Montessori School in Houston, and over the last week or two, they've been telling me what their favorite poses are from that page. Well, actually just this week. And so some of those poses that they like are, okay, don't laugh at my drawings. Oh, we haven't done Snail Pose. Hang on, friends. Let's do Snail Pose. See, I just reminded myself. All right, so Snail Pose. So have you guys ever noticed how a snail has a shell and it can go inside the shell or it can come out? Well, sometimes I feel like I want to go in a shell. Like I just need some alone time. Maybe I just want to like sit quietly and do like a sound meditation, or maybe I just want to journal or draw by myself. So sometimes that has me feel like I want to go in my shell, and I can make space to do that. And then when I'm ready, I can come back out. So this pose is like the physical embodiment of going into your shell. And it really can help your body when you feel like you want to go into a shell. So we're going to come onto our backs. My feet are in the air. I'm going to hug my knees to my chest. And I can gently move a little bit of my shell. And this is my shell. Poses that where we are really hugging ourselves and putting a lot of gentle pressure or compression on our muscles and joints really help the nervous system chill out. So the cool thing about this snail pose is now that I've had some time alone, kind of like a time in instead of a time out, when I'm ready, I can rock up and be ready to see the world and say, I am amazing. Because taking care of ourselves and others is always the amazing choice. So what that looks like is we can rock up and say, I'm amazing. I know you want to try that again, don't you? Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're in our shell, we're in our snail shell because we just need a break from everything that's going on. And then all of a sudden, wait, we're ready to come out. 1, 2, 3. I'm amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun, right? So cool. Okay, so back to our game. We have a few minutes to play the game, and then we're gonna have some quiet time. So on my dice, the favorite poses from that page from Post Oak were snail. That's a wave, that stands for dolphin. Tree. This is a pretty bad drawing. Elephant. Dog. Oh, and birds. People like the birds. All right, so I'm gonna roll. So I can't ask you what your favorite pose is. I can't see you. So I thought we'd share what the kids at Post Oak said were their favorite poses. And then I'm gonna roll the dice and we'll see which one it lands on. And we'll do that pose, okay? So parents, real quick, I wanna say, so these are little like whiteboard dice, right? You can order them. I have the other one that's the number, so we could also roll it. And if it's like 5, we would do 5, and dolphin comes up, we would do 5 dolphin poses, right? This is a homemade one I made years ago with my daughter, Grace. There's her drawing. These are breathing ones. This was our version of counting breath. This is a tissue box that we repurposed. So creating little yoga and breathing game dice can be a really fun way to take, again, whether it's a book or a song or just your favorite poses and breaths, and just make a game out of it. You could leave them on the coffee table and just walk by and say, let's play for a minute. And keeping in mind that movement is one of the things that helps keep our brain working. All right, back to the dice. Sorry, kids, I like to give your parents, share with them some things that have been really meaningful for me. So thanks for hanging in there. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh. It showed up on this one. So that means we get to do dolphin. All right, let's come back to our mats. Do you remember this one? I'll walk you through it again. Starting on all fours, drop your elbows to the mat, glue them down. Look to the ground, curl your toes under, lift your legs, straighten them out, look back to your toes, stretch your nose to your toes. And breathe in, breathe out, lower your knees down, and go ahead and come all the way onto your back with your knees bent and your feet on the ground. All right, so you may remember from one of the last pages, let's put our feet together, drop your knees wide for sleeping butterfly. Put a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest. Close your eyes. One of the last pages in the book, when the parent said to the child that basically every day, I love you every day, and I'm always looking forward to what new adventures we might go on and what changes might happen. And I love butterflies and what they represent. And in fact, butterfly is one of the images on that page, right? Because butterflies are always changing. They go through those big changes. It's just like us. And every breath is a chance to begin again, make a positive change, positive mindset, change to accept what's going on. What we resist persists, all that stuff. So how about if we do 3 belly breaths here? Let's breathe in, let your belly grow big. Breathe out, I am amazing. Big belly breath in. You are amazing. Big belly breath in. So most amazing. That means we are amazing. So let's do that again. With every breath out, you can say inwardly, I am amazing. You are amazing. And then all of us, so most amazing. Ready? Breathing in. Breathing out, saying inwardly or outwardly, I am amazing. Big belly breath, let your belly grow big. Breathing out, you are amazing. And breathing in again. Breathing out, somos. Oh, amazing. Take your hands down to underneath your thighs. Use your hands to gently lift your legs up. Go ahead and walk your legs out straight if you like. We often call this is our Shavasana pose, where we take a few moments to just relax completely. Maybe just think to yourself, notice the support of the ground right now. Notice where the ground is touching your feet. Maybe it's your heels. Notice where the ground is touching your lower legs or your calves. Maybe the ground is touching the backs of your thighs. And if you take your attention to your bottom, is the ground touching your bottom and hips? And if you notice your hands and arms, can you notice where the ground is touching your arms? And even notice then where the ground isn't touching your arms and hands, but space is there. So we always have the support of the earth, and we always have space to move and change, transform. Can you pay attention to your back and notice where the earth or ground is touching your back? And then what about your head? Can you notice the pressure, the gentle pressure on the back of your head? And then the space around your face and eyes. Maybe wiggle your jaw back and forth. Unclench your jaw. Maybe even put a smile on your face or smile asana. When you're ready after this lovely rest time and grounding body scan, we can bend our knees, put our feet on the ground. When you're ready, gently roll to one side, and whatever arm is closest to the ground, use that as a little pillow. Noticing that arm and how you can always support yourself with kindness and softness and strength. It's always there for you. And then let's slowly come up to sitting, and we'll get ready for our Namaste Song. Bring you in close again. And how do you feel right now? Maybe take a minute and notice, let's see, raise one hand if you feel more energy now, or raise two hands if you feel more calm. You can even take those two hands and give yourself a Shanti hug. Yeah, I find after I take a few minutes to do a pose and a breath and just focus on what's happening right now instead of allowing my mind to time travel to the past or future, I always feel a little bit more grounded. So it's time to say goodbye for this week, and I'll be back next week. And I really thank you for being here. And one of the ways we can say hello and goodbye and thank you, and really just be a stand that we are going to honor and respect people, and we are going to ask that of them, right? Respect and honor is a two-way street, and it's great to give it, and it's really important to request it and to ask for it. Hopefully we automatically receive it, but if we need to ask for it, that's okay too. So let's sing the Namaste Song. What I invite you to do is you can put your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra, which means offering of love and kindness. And if you don't want to put your hands like this, it's totally okay. You could put your hands over your chest like that, or if you want to do Shanti hug, that's fine too. So we'll be swaying during the song, and then at some parts we'll lean back, and then we're going to give our love and kindness away. Ready? It's in English and then Spanish. It was loud. All right, let's sway side to side. All of my songs are available on iTunes and Spotify, by the way.
Namaste, namaste, the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste, namaste, you honor me, I honor you.
I'm going to cross my legs the other way, keep myself balanced. Now in Spanish.
Namaste, namaste, te veo en mí, mi presenti. Namaste, namaste,
to take my legs that long this time.
Namaste, namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste, namaste. You honor me, I honor you.
Take my legs out wide.
Namaste, namaste. The Leo in me, me Namaste, namaste. Grace starts for me, so for tea.
So much fun to be with you. I wish you and your families well and doing all you can to be with what's so. Enjoy this time. And always remember you can create that peace with our Shanti hug. Shanti, Shanti, Toko el Sol. Mwah. Bye, you guys. I'll see you next time.